welcome.
Welcome.
We have a new guest, Jacek.
That's correct.
That's correct. Everything is correct.
Everything's correct.
So guys, next presentation is about the Ansible project, the present and the future.
Everything correct.
Everything correct. Have you saw Back to the Past and Back to the Future?
Yes.
Is everything will be connected to this movie or not?
I have never thought about this to put those presentation in line with
you can see. So
it.
for the next meetup, it will be the challenge. So the team, like I said before, ask a question during the presentation. Yep. Jacek said, "Do not ask me what the Ansible stands for and what is it." Yeah. So what is it, Jacek? Okay, I'm just kidding.
I will tell you.
Everybody knows what is Ansible, but let's focus what we will find in the next quarters and where the Ansible is going.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
The stage is yours, my friend.
All right, so let's get started then. Let's have a quick overview about Ansible, of course. As Pavel said, I need to say that. Why Ansible? This is something what I need to do. So let's then move on. All right, so I will start a little bit from even a step back. Why we are doing this this whole automation concept? Why is that? And how we should also approach the vision about the automation. So automation is actually something which what I put on the slide is the technology or the idea, it's a better word, to break the silos. Because you start small, of course. You start from the small things. You should always think about automation as a journey going somewhere, guiding you somewhere. But then at some point you definitely need to share that with your peers, with your colleagues, with someone. Basically, you need that.
Even wife, if the wife working in IT.
Even if not,
even if not, you should.
Yeah, you will do that definitely. So then let's go and let's a little bit describe what the Ansible is actually. So the Ansible is the agentless technology. This is the core. This is something which enables you to use Ansible very well, to use Ansible with actually any kind of technology, IT technology, for sure with infrastructure, but not only, without any additional software needed for that. Ansible is always also simple thing. Yes, so you the goal, the main thing about that is that you don't need to actually invest a lot of effort, a lot of things, a lot of your time to be able to do some, simple. You are able to do automation right away, basically. And Ansible is also a powerful technology. What does it mean? It means that we've built, we means we Red Hat, but also our partners, mostly actually, our partners, our contributors, developers, independent people who are working on this project, they built a lot of great content into Ansible. So the question is, what you actually can do with Ansible? What kind of technologies you can touch with Ansible? And here's the answer. Of course, it's not a complete one. You can just see some portion of it, some portion of infrastructure part, but not only infrastructure. Please have it in mind. So let me jump now to the project itself, to Ansible project, and what we can expect from it. What is here? What we will see in a near future? How this will evolve? So Ansible project split. This is something which you've seen already. I already presented to you here during our meetups, our webinars. So we decided some time ago, it was almost 2 years ago, that we're gonna split an engine from a content, and now it's actually done. So with Ansible 2.10, with Ansible 2.11, you can see that maybe the user experience doesn't change. Maybe it's not that different as some of you could expect. But if you are focused enough and if you pay attention to small things, you will see that actually we split engine, which is, by the way, not engine anymore. It's Ansible core with the content. So now, for example, for the people who are really tracking the versioning, you will see that there is something like Ansible version 3. What is that? Ansible version 4. What is that? And this is actually a package of content we deliver together with a core. So this is the core of the change, and having that, it resonates actually. It gives us or starting the thinking process, how to deliver the content, how to do certain things in a way how it should be. So that's why we've got an Ansible content collections, and the content collections are basically a way of packaging content for Ansible. You know, modules, you know, plugins, you know, roles, you know, playbooks. So this is an Ansible content, and this is actually what we call a collection. If this is a package of different things, maybe just a role, maybe a set of roles, maybe role and a module, or set of modules and a plugin. So we can put them together, name it consistently in a namespace, and then distribute. So this is the idea of collection, having one thing in one place, everything which is needed, for example, for Ovid, for Red Hat virtualization, you've got a specific collection for that. We've talked about that previously. And now the question is where to get those collections. So if I get just Ansible, of course, if you still install Ansible, doesn't matter if via Python pip or RPM, you will get everything still. But sometimes some collections will not appear in a default, and you would like to grab a maybe new version, or maybe totally something which is not there yet. So that's why you need a content provider. So what are the content providers? Basically solutions like Ansible Galaxy, like a place where you can store content collections, where you can get content collections, where you can get roles. This is one thing. So this is a pure community. The other one, which I would like to talk a little bit today and also present a demo about that, is Red Hat Ansible Automation Hub, which gives you first of all a certified content, and second of all also an ability to install it on-prem and host your content synchronized from Galaxy, maybe content synchronized from Red Hat Ansible Automation Hub, from different sources. You can combine them together and work with them as a, let's say, like a one repository of content for your environment. Right, so this is how it looks like. So we've got this automation hub, and I'm specifically talking right now about automation hub on-prem. Yeah, so this one, which can live in our on-premise site, in our infrastructure, where you can host different types of content, where you can put your own custom content. You can synchronize some content from Red Hat Automation Hub online version, because this is like a first choice for your certified content, for the content which comes from our certified partners, and also any Ansible Galaxy content, which you might find useful for your Ansible project, this can also live here. Yeah? So you have, let's say, like a one place to knock and to say, dear Automation Hub, I need this or that role or this or that module. I would like to use it in my Ansible concept. All right. So what's next? Content is one thing, and right now we are facing the redesign of Ansible project. We are facing this, which is called Ansible Execution Environment. What Ansible Execution Environment is? It's actually a way of package our execution. I don't want to say environment again, but execution space, our place where we are able to grab all the Ansible versions which are needed for us, all the content which we need for that, all the things, basically all the Python dependencies, which are sometimes very important, all the things which we need actually to run our automation, basically. So that's the idea. And let's move a little bit to the past. So we know that for quite some time. This is a pure description of Python virtual environments, which we use for a long time in Ansible, from at least from as I remember from the very beginning. So this is something which this is an equivalent actually, but in a better structured better, basically. So we know the VMs they still exist, so they are still with us, and those VMs were really sometimes problematic. You need to, if you would like to run it on some other machine, then you need to recreate it from scratch. There are a lot of dependencies, a lot of things you need to take care of it, which could lead to some problems. Yeah? So that's why we add execution environment. So what exactly execution environment is? It's actually a container. It's not a new thing. Yeah, we know containers for quite some time, and it holds everything which you need to run your Ansible playbook, to run to have all the required Python dependencies, and also to have all the collections, meaning modules, plugins, roles you need to run your automation from this execution environment. So it's like a building block. You can build it, you can distribute it, you can easily maintain that. Yeah, so that's the goal, to make our life, our developers' life, our Ansible developers' life much easier, and then as well have this consistency between our development site, our development environment, and our production environment. So you can just easily take your execution environment and put it somewhere into this let's say tower, or anywhere where you do an execution. Right. So the tools are actually needed here. We need to prepare such an execution environment, and we need to be able to run it somehow. Maybe we don't have a tower in place, so we would like to also have a chance to run it, to manage it in a good way. So that's why we introduce three things. First one is Ansible Builder. So basically a tool which is needed for you to build your environment, build your execution environment with a container image, your Ansible, your Python dependencies, your collections, what you need, then it will produce your execution environment after that. We've got something called Ansible Navigator, and Ansible Navigator is new way of using Ansible or executing Ansible. You know the command Ansible-playbook. So we're gonna do that with Ansible Navigator in the future, hopefully. And so that's the future. For those of you who are not familiar with that yet, I really encourage you to go there and to see it maybe a little bit more in details. And also Ansible platform operator, so OpenShift Kubernetes operator for our Ansible automation platform to be able to be deployed there as well. This is also something which we need. So let me just give you a little bit in detail what the Ansible Builder is and what kind of challenge we face. So as I said, we need a container which will contain everything what is currently needed for us, for our project. So let's imagine that you would like to use your Ansible with the certain version of Ansible engine, or sorry, Ansible core. This is a right one at the moment. You would like to use it with the certain version of Ansible core. Let's say it's 2.10. So you would like to also add some packages, some Python packages there. You would like to also add some collections. Maybe you are a network administrator, network engineer, and you would like to automate your network. So for that reason, you probably don't need a bunch of different modules for Linux or a bunch of different modules for virtual platforms. You don't need that. You just need some maybe modules for your switch box, maybe for some routers, maybe for some security gateways, and so on. So that's why you will grab only the content which is needed just for this purpose, for this use case, package it in the proper specialized execution environment, yep, and then distribute whenever it's needed. First of all, develop your playbooks, and then maybe run your production environment on it. Yeah? It's easy. It just, you build it, you test it, then you can distribute it. You don't need to recreate it again and again and again. It's pretty straightforward. That's why we introduce Ansible Builder, and this what Ansible Builder does. This is actually a core of Ansible Builder. Put all the things together, all the prerequisites, all the requirements, and bam, make it work. That's the builder. So the next one is Ansible Navigator, so the content automation. It's actually a TUI environment, so terminal user interface, where you can just go, where you can just navigate and select your execution environment of choice you would like to use, see what's in each of the execution environment, what kind of collections you've got there, what kind of content, what kind of modules, what kind of dependencies you've got there, if this actually fits your needs, or maybe not, maybe you need to provide another one. This is actually a core of the Navigator. Yes, so you will have like a single pane of glass and easy access to all your execution environments. You will be able to navigate through them to see which one I need to use to be able to run my automation straight away. So this is kind of like a substitute to Ansible-playbook command. Yeah? So we're going to use that in the future, but it's already a living project. You can go there, you can see it on GitHub. If you put into Google Ansible Navigator, then you will see a GitHub page for that, and you can straight away start your work with Ansible, with Ansible Navigator, with execution environments. Really encourage you to do that as soon as possible. So now is the demo part, and for that I prepared. Let me share my screen. Hope it's gonna work. So what I prepared for you, I just would like to show you this in action. This, what I mean by this, is the content distribution.
This by this.
This by this, yeah.
Just click hide, please, because on allow.
Okay.
Right, yeah,
yep.
will be better.
So what I've done here, First of all, I created my own content collection. So here it is, my content collection. Very good name, Jacek-WordPress version 1.0.0. I've got some folders here, some things which are mandatory for it to, for example, for Ansible Galaxy to grab it, or for Automation Hub to grab it and properly process it. I don't have any plugins here, meaning any modules, anything like that.
Sorry, but it's like your private data collection, so it's like your diary when you were young.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Just looking for how to compare it.
It's actually a content which I produce before, and now I package it into one. Yeah, so that's the idea, and I did it for roles. Yeah, so I prepackaged some roles. Roles basically set of tasks which will do some automation on top of my machine today.
Okay, good one.
So that's what I've done, and I did this in a collection style on purpose, just to give you an idea how I can distribute it via Automation Hub. So, but before I go there, I would like to share with you my playbook, which will actually do the job. So that was my collection, my content, and now is my playbook. So this is my GitHub repo. This is my playbook. Nothing special, actually. I just point it to my collection. So every single role which this playbook needs actually is inside my content collection. So Jacek.WordPress. That's my collection. But hey, stop. I need to know where to get this collection from. Yeah, that's correct. So that's why I've got this collection folder, and I've got this requirements YAML file.
You can just Control+ double time, so the size of the font will be a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Good.
Oh, thank you. Great.
So here is the pointer to my collection. Actually, not really pointer. It just gives an idea to my Ansible. Actually, in this case, my Ansible tower, to check if I've got this collection, and if not, maybe synchronize that before. Yeah. So that's the idea. We'll see it in action in a near future, I would say. So here is my Automation Hub. As you can see, I've got also my WordPress collection. I've got also some other collection, but this is the one which I would like to concentrate on. Did not put any documentation here, so it's just pretty straightforward. Yeah, the content is something what I need. This is just some random content here. I mean, the README file is some kind of random. I don't want to put it too much, but yeah, you can fill it, of course, as well. So, but this is my published content, meaning my own content, my custom content. I've got roles. I can have some playbooks. I can have some modules in here. Like here, I've got like 10 different modules and 13 different plugins in my POSIX collection. I can have much more. I can have also my certified content coming from Red Hat, from this Red Hat Automation Hub online, which I also choose here to be synchronized. I can also go to the community, to my Galaxy, and say, hey Galaxy, I just want to grab from you my Overt collection. Why not? That's what I've got here. So having everything in here in place and having a proper configuration on the tower side, I'm able, and by proper configuration, what I mean is I need to say to my tower where to get those collections for this particular organization. So I'm inside my demo organization, and I said to the tower, please look for a collection which you will find that which you will get this kind of request from a requirement file, first of all, in my on-prem Automation Hub in a custom collection section. Then, if there is no such a collection, go to Red Hat certified collection. Then, if there is no such a collection, go to community collection. Then I could also add some Automation Hub online and just pure Galaxy on the internet. So then I've got this like a step-by-step process to grab collections and grab all the things which are needed. So to do that, to actually start my Ansible playbook on my host, which is this Ansible rel 02, I need of course credential. I need a project which I already did. So this is my project, which I think actually this demo from my GitHub. So here you are. This is the source. I've got a credential. I've got some inventory here, and I also have a template. Yeah? So here is my demo template, which puts together everything. Puts together my inventory, my project, so I know which kind of playbook I would like to run. I've got just one playbook here. Yeah. So because this looks like this. So I've got just my site YAML here. So it's going to be just a site YAML playbook. I've got my credentials. I've got actually everything what is needed to start working with the automation. And one thing, let me show you that this is actually working. So before that, before I start the playbook, I will run this the project synchronization, and I did this on purpose. I set it up in a way that every time I will start the synchronization process, my tower will actually first of all delete everything and resynchronize everything from scratch. So you will see what it actually gets from different sources. So it should grab my playbook and all the things from here, group vars, collection, actually not collection, but a requirement file. And based on that requirement file, it should also grab my content collection, Jacek, WordPress, coming from Automation Hub. So let's check it out if this actually works. Keep your finger crossed, as this is a live demo. Let me show you the log, and yeah, it just, yeah.
You can always use a space to stop the movie, so no worries here.
It's not a movie.
It's not a movie.
It's not a movie at all.
It's not a Hollywood, man.
No. It's live. It's really live. So as you can see, task in line 4, it deleted everything. Then it updated Git, so it grabs everything from Git, and then in Git, after some searching, it gets to the collection requirement YAML. So it says I need to change that because I already upload or grab something, and this something is actually my collection, which is the Jacek WordPress 1.0.0. And this comes from my Automation Hub, of course. And so seems like now I've got everything to start my playbook. And just to be sure that it starts, let me check once again this setup. We're gonna limit, so I limit it on the inventory side that it will run only on Ansible rel 02, which is this machine here. And let's do it. Let's run it. Let's launch it. Yep. So as you can see, it will soon pop up. Yep. And now it's gathering task and doing all the things which are needed on the from my collection here on the machine side. I don't want to wait for that because it's like a really, maybe not a long process, but as you can see, everything works on my laptop. And as you can see on my metrics here, it's actually doing something. So it's not a joke, or we don't pretend anything here. It's actually doing the stuff, grabbing all the needed packages and installing that. And my machine should also see some load, which is increasing here. So it's actually doing the stuff. Okay, so I will stop sharing for now. Yep. And I think that's gonna be it for my presentation.
We have 5 more minutes.
Yeah, so waiting for
waiting for the
questions.
questions. Okay. So guys, let's. So we open up right now the QA session. So feel free to ask any of those questions. Question from my side. Of course, how, what is the most use cases to build in this content collections? Yes, how, in let's say typical admin life.
In a typical admin life, I mean, normally you will still probably use roles as something which is like a building block for your playbook, like a bigger than just a task, yes, in a playbook. But you need to get used to collections, because in the near future we will distribute content only via collections. So this is like a clear path to go. And if you are not familiar with collections yet, I really encourage you to go that path. We did like 2 webinars almost on that topic, at least. So I really encourage you to go to with that path, and this is the future, basically.
Okay. Yeah. Question from Paolo. Nice presentation. It was to me, not to you.
Yeah.
Sure. My question: what's the main difference between Ansible and any other automation tool?
Okay, so any other automation tool, most of them are agent based. So what that means? It means that you need some additional software to be installed there, and additional effort when it comes to deploy it, to maintain it, update it, you name it. Yeah, you know that from that. Additional or maybe even bigger advantage of Ansible is that Ansible is really easy to use. And for those of you who are not familiar with Ansible yet, I really encourage you to go to our content, to our OVP,
OVP webinars,
previous webinars. Try to get familiar with the technology, and you will see that right away you will do really great automation in a minutes, basically. Yeah, that's the beauty of Ansible. You don't need to be a programmer, don't need to know actually some Python or Ruby or whatever. You can just grab proper modules, proper content, and use it, and you've got like a lot of content here, a lot of predefined content here.
Leszek just put on a chat here you can check the previous webinars. Same question I asked to so let's wait for the other questions. I don't want to skip any of those. Not only the bullshit. The presentation was bullshit. No, nothing important here. So let's say you're waking up and thinking about the Ansible, you love the Ansible. You're thinking, what kind of the music you are hearing when in your head when you're thinking about the Ansible? It will be fast, slow,
really
calm. Yeah,
really. What I would like to say, I would like to ask you that question.
No. It was my question. Okay, when I'm thinking about the Ansible, definitely. Because this is the automation tool, it should chill you out. Yep. So you can start a day, use thinking about the cafe.
Yeah.
How the day will look like.
You log in. Sandwich maybe.
Yeah, sandwich. You log in. You see. Okay, let's do some stuff. This doesn't sound good. I don't know why. You don't hear it, but it doesn't sound good. No, it doesn't sound. And then, you're just playing playbook and thing like. So, and the automation starts. And then you just sit down again.
Coffee, yeah.
Great. But I need to tune my guitar. I cannot play the whole song here. If you know the sound is it doesn't sound good. Sorry for that. So definitely,
next time you need to...
it will save your time. It will makes your life easier, but of course you first need to fully deploy it, fully engage what is inside. And you said also about the tower, so please find out the great song from Bruce Dickinson, I think from the late 90s or early 2000, the Bruce Dickinson, The Tower. So Leszek, if you could find this and put on a chat, this is a great song that you should listen to. Of course, if you are Iron Maiden fan, it's a fabulous song. Okay, Jacek. So thank you very much for your section. You will come back in a QA in the end. The next song, team, during a break. The next, what I have here, Marcin Kubacki from Story. I don't know this guy. He will talk about the backup and recovery for Red Hat OpenShift, and the song in a break. It's called "The Trail" by Sliver, where the Patrycja Mrowiec, which is also our lead singer in a Bear Machine, will sing or scream. You will see. So keep your fingers crossed, grab a coffee. We'll see each other in 5 minutes. Thank you, Jacek.
Thank you.
Amen.